Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. Yes, I know, I forgot to say this on my last show, probably the last few shows, but I always say I know that everyone's doing well and everything is unfolding perfectly. And I'm excited yet again because I have another amazing guest who is a precision surgical sound healer specializing in tuning forks. Wow. Teacher of surgical sound, divine empowerment healer. Wow. Modern day Ghostbuster, one-on-one life coach, Kunda dance and Kundalini yoga teacher, facilitator, and just so much more. Without further ado, I introduce to you Ngara Luessi. How are you doing today, Ngara?
Oh, thank you for the warm introduction. Thank you, Luke. I'm great, thank you.
Yes, yes.
How are you? How are you?
I am well. I am wonderful. I am present in this present moment. I am in need of nothing. Everything is here. I am connected with you, and it's amazing. I can feel your energy already, and I'm thankful. And I just want to say that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets, and for you to choose to spend some of your time, even though time is an illusion, I believe that um, uh, time is one of our most precious assets, and just the moment, this present moment that you choose to share with me on Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, I just want to extend my sincerest gratitude to you. Thank you very much.
Well, I thank you for the invite, and I'm excited for our connection.
And yes, like as I said prior to us going live, um, even though this is a recording, but prior first to us going live, I just wanted to highlight that I'm connected with you all the way from, I'm here in California and you're in Switzerland by way of, what'd you say? Iceland before?
No, New Zealand.
New Zealand, New
Yeah.
Zealand, and now you're in Switzerland. Amazing. And I was just highlighting that, yes, Tina Turner, before she passed, spoke very highly of Switzerland. She was living there not too far from you. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, let's just get right into it. Precision surgical sound healer. Let's just start there. Give us a little framework, a little insight, a little peek in as to what that is.
Yeah, so I really go in very into people's energy fields and locate dissonance, which are frozen moment hotspots in time of trauma, difficulties that someone experienced. And then I bring that dissonance into resonance, the biophotonic light that I then return to the person in their energy system to heal, uplift, and re-energize, rejuvenate mind, body, spirit. So the energy field extends beyond our wing expansion, top to bottom, as we know, the toroidal field.
Right.
And that is a timeline of our life. So there's many areas within the energy field that have these frozen hotspots of trapped emotions, basically, unresolved emotions. And when they are not released, when that energy is not released, and it keeps condensing and
Right.
getting stronger and stronger, it then starts causing the physical ailments and symptoms in the body that can potentially turn into, major illnesses. And so that's why we want to get into the energy field, clear that up, so our body is free and clean.
Wow.
Yeah, and the tuning forks are just an amazing, precise tool to get to those areas very efficiently, very effectively. I only work with tuning forks. I love the gong. I love the sound bowls. I love it
Sound
all.
bowls, yes.
Yeah, it's a very universal sound healing. It's amazing, but I like precision like a surgeon.
Wow, the tuning forks. Yes, and that's amazing. My wife just went to a sound bowl segment yesterday. Yeah. So that's amazing. But you prefer the tuning forks. That resonates with you, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel.
So yes, you're also a teacher of surgical sound. Is that along the same lines as what you
Exactly.
were just referring to? Hmm.
Yeah, so I teach this modality as well, the electric unity tuning modality, but which is based in the foundations of Eileen McCusick's work, biofield tuning. She wrote
Right.
the book Tuning the Human Biofield, and so I've done all the training and biofield tuning, but because I have the 13 years of Kundalini Yoga and other
Wow.
somatic and qigong practices, that I have now integrated that into that work to make my own modality that starts becoming very highly specialized in certain areas. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Divine empowerment healer. Give us a
Yeah.
little bit of insight on what that is, especially from your own perspective.
Yeah, so I am trained in that modality, which is Antonia Harmon's modality in healing, quantum healing.
Right.
And it's just very, very fast and effective, mainly dealing with emotional healing, so clearing emotional trauma. So I integrate that work also into my sound healing work with the tuning fork, so we can really get into that ancestral clearing, generational clearing, childhood clearing, past life clearing. I work on all layers, and yeah, very, very quick and effective. If people want to heal efficiently, like quick and efficiently,
Wow.
it's in a very safe container, that
Right.
they are really held, seen, and felt, and grounded in the and then empowered in their gifts and their true soul essence, then these are really beautiful modalities to work with if someone's ready for that kind of life-changing shift.
Wow, that's amazing. And yes, you were mentioning quite a few things that I have limited knowledge on. Um, but at the same time, it resonates with me. A lot of what you're talking about, you're referring to, in regard to like sound and regard to really getting into the energy and um, um, blockages and traumas and unresolved this and that. It's just it's some familiar rarity in what you were saying, but it's amazing. Wow. And you're also a one-on-one. No, let me get to this. Modern day Ghostbuster. Now, what what is
It's-
that?
that's a so, so you know what it's like when you're on your journey and you just start, once you unlock one gift, you open that golden door and you
Right,
enter through and you open up one gift, you're opening up another treasure chest of gifts that lie within you. You're unlocking those DNA codes that
right,
just start sparkling, like magic everywhere. And
right.
so this is how the modern day Ghostbuster stuff came through
Okay,
my work. Was, you get that someone calls out to you that, I had a client who's been working with me for a year on themselves and has had monumental life-changing experiences and life change within herself. But then she was like, Nada, I'm doing the work. I've got the practice. I feel amazing, but there's just something in my house. Can you sort my house out? And I go, well, yeah, if you're here in Switzerland, I can do it because I do physical clearances, home rebalancing, but I've never done remote because a lot of my work I do is remote. I have loads of clients in Norway, England, America, Canada, as well as home in New Zealand. And so she's like, can you please do? And I'm like, oh man, this might be way beyond my pay grade, but let's give it
right.
a go, right? Let's
Yes,
give it a go. And of course, before I tune into this new request, I go into deep meditation to tune in with my spirit team to
right,
see if I really am destined, if this is my calling.
right.
So when I go into that deep oneness with the divine, I get the codes they're unlocked. I get the download and the codes of the method of
Mm,
safety to take care of the people with the practice that I've been gifted to work in
mm,
this way. And so now I can go into people's homes, and anything energetically related to that home, whether it be the family, multiple levels of apartments, different timelines of families that have lived there, historical events that have taken place on that earth. We work from the earth, the foundations, all the way up to the tip of the roof. So I work with my spirit team, which is 4 angels. And so I have to do the first, that there's a pre-ritual that the client has to do. I do the big clearing and the rebalancing. Then the angels come in and give a blessing, and then the client has a post ritual to do. And as long as that is all done in that body and that framework, that protocol, then I will gladly do that work with somebody. But it has to be a signed contract, because I will not do it otherwise. It's too dangerous. We're talking about
mm.
heavy stuff that can take place. And I've seen families, children that are really struggling with night terrors, like real night terrors that affect them in schools, mental illnesses, wetting the bed, can't get up without their parent in the middle of the night. Families, couples that are really struggling in their relationships. This has all been harmonized because I bring the
Right.
energy into their rightful place. It's not about cutting ties. It's about all energy needs something to feed on.
Mm.
And we bring the energies into their rightful energetic frequency, place, dimension, then we bring everything into harmony. So this is what the modern day Ghostbuster is all about.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for, yeah, giving us some insight on that. Amazing. And yes, thank you. Well orchestrated. Thank you. Yes. Wow. I'm not even going to try to add anything to that. Yeah. So you're also a one-on-one life coach. So, uh, how did you get into coaching?
It's this work. I mean, like I was
Yes.
a hairdresser for 33 years, traveling around the world, doing fashion weeks, educating and with brands, and working in some amazing salons all over the world. And when I had my big awakening, I mean, I've had many
Right.
little ones on the
Right.
way as yogi, but like many in 2020 when that lockdown happened, you had so
Right.
much time to go inward, which was the greatest
Actually,
gift on the
absolutely.
planet. And then it just went, I had this Kundalini awakening that just blasted open, and just got all these gifts. And I was never musical.
Mm.
And I always wanted to learn the piano when I was a little kid, but my parents couldn't afford it. And I always felt a bit cheated. And I can't sing to save myself, and I can't play an instrument, but I've got a real ear for sound.
Right.
And so I knew there was something, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then when everything unlocked on that awakening, I was like, I'm going to be a sound healer. And then the sound healer
Mm.
turned into coaching because of all my own traumas that I've healed from. I was then able to guide people through their life difficulties and traumas in a very, very safe, nurturing way, just through life experience and some courses I've done, but most of it is purely life experience that I've healed from. And now, winning in life,
And
just
that's
wanting to see people win in their lives.
wow. And that's the most powerful education to me is experience. And that's when you're more passionate about it in regard to your intentions and yes, and your gifts and your passions, when you've been through things yourself and you have all this insight and clarity and contrast and just yes, amazing. Amazing. Can you give us some insight? Now, I've heard these terms before, but I haven't really uh, dove into, the meaning. But give us some insight on Kunda dance and Kundalini. What is that?
So the Kunda dance is actually a modality created by Maya Fines, who is a very well-known Kundalini teacher.
Right.
And that's how I got into Kundalini Yoga, was through her. A friend saw me struggling 13 years ago when I walked out of my marriage. And she goes, I think you need to, have you done yoga before? And I go, yeah, I've done yoga. And she goes, have you done Kundalini Yoga? And I'm like, nah. And she goes, I think you need it. So she goes, I'm going to drop a DVD in your letterbox. She put it in there and I just got into it. I got into it. I don't know what possessed me, but 5 a.m. I was getting up to do this and I was noticing something was happening. And it was the Maya Fines video. And I was like, man, this stuff's good. This stuff's good. And as the journey went on, and then I did my own training and way back in 2016. And then in the lockdown, Maya Fines came out with this modality Kunda dance. And I did a IG live of hers, and it was a 7-minute session for the first chakra. And I was like, holy heck,
Yeah.
7 minutes. And it was just like, cracked me open. And I got a major experience, which I had often with Kundalini Yoga, but that was like a 45-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute session. This was happening in 7 minutes. I'm like, now I have to learn that. So it's a combination of Kundalini Yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, and fitness move to healing frequencies. And it's absolutely epic. So my membership is growing and growing now, just because everybody's getting the benefits. And a lot of yoga teachers come to my classes because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm a yoga teacher, but nothing is like this.
Like this.
Now,
Now,
medicine for the body.
what's the difference between yoga? I think you might have already touched on it, but the difference between just yoga and Kundalini yoga, what is some of the similarities, some of the differences?
Yeah, so Kundalini Yoga is usually, you will always open with an opening mantra. You will always do pranayama, do a kriya, and a kriya is always very specific to what you're going to work on. And then you'll do an active meditation, close out with, and also close out with a prayer. So there's a very specific structure, a lot of mantra, a lot of singing, a lot of tuning the body with the voice, because, a lot of us have that, holding back our authentic voice. Find it very difficult to express ourselves from our heart. So we work on that very deeply, as well as the body. The energy system, it's working it on many, many layers, which all yoga does. I mean, yoga is just bringing ourselves into union, mind, body, and spirit. But I find that the Kundalini Yoga, having tried many different yogas since the age of 20, this is the most potent by far, because you can get that Kundalini awakening, the unraveling of the snake through the spine very, very quickly and efficiently, but safe as well. You go at the pace that you're ready for.
That's
Can I just say, sorry for jumping in. It's been referred to in the past as the weird yoga and the mother of all yogas. It's an absolute, it's like a technology. It's a science technology. It's very, very specific. And I think that's why I like it. It's precise. It's like precision. It's like surgery. And that's how I relate to things. Like, I want to get into the root of everything and get it clean.
Right. Eradicate. Yes. Dig it out. Yes. Shine light. Yes. Amazing. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. And I also want to know, while we are here, if you could share with us your website. How can people find you if they want to ask you some questions or look up your services or what you do? Or yes, can you share with us audibly? Excuse me. Yes, any links. Of course, I will incorporate them in this segment as well in the description. But while we're here, for our audio listeners, yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lute. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can find me under my brand name, which is Electric Unity. So www.electricunity.com, and on Instagram, it's electric.unity, Facebook as well. Yeah.
Electricunity.com. Okay, www. Yes, I'm looking at it right here. That is absolutely amazing. Wow. So before we conclude this segment, is there anything that you have that you would like to share that you want to highlight that you're working on, or any amazing, insight, quotes, messages that you would like to share?
Yeah, I mean, what I share in my memberships, the Kunda dance memberships, is that just come back to your remembrance of your magnificent, radiant soul essence. You are the healer, the teacher, the student, and the guru, and you hold
Yes.
all the power within you. And when you come back to that remembrance, you will unlock your divinity in such the most glorious ways, that your heart becomes the driving magnetic force that calls in all your manifestations, that those heart desires that are fully aligned. And especially if you're someone who wants to walk in your purpose, then you're just radiating and emanating that light to be connected on all levels and all possibilities and potential on the infinite.
Wow. Amazing, beautifully orchestrated. You have a way with words that you paint vivid pictures, and
Oh, well, you
amazing. And
too.
thank you for reminding me as well, because I always say that I am a teacher and as well as a student. I always say that. And yes, it's true. I think that in my perspective, we should all embrace that concept that you're a teacher, which means, you know, you're a student first, you learn, and you're a teacher as well, which means that through your experiences, through your, what you've intentionally studied, you can also show others as well. And I think that's what it's all about. It's not about the right, the wrong. There's no the right, the wrong. you know, it's all perspective, and it's all what works, resonates with each person. And, the thing about this yoga and other practices that you are, the Kundalini, it's helping other people to really, you know, um, find, their own power, and to eradicate things that are just blocking them. And it's just amazing. I don't want to get too deep into it because I might say something that's really not the right. I don't know. But this is what I gather from it, from what, listening to you. So it's amazing. And I just want to thank you.
Well, you're amazing, Lute. And the thing is, in my memberships, I really teach people how to harness energy, like
Right,
really harness energy to really utilize the healing
right.
energy that they carry within them, to unlock that and unravel that. And, if people were interested in all of that, I do have some retreats coming up in Kapatos, Greece, but that's all on my website if you
And they can
wanted to.
find all that out on your website.
Yeah,
Yes, it says everything, which is, again,
electric.unity.com.
electricunity.com. Be sure to hit that link, and be sure everyone to check out the description of this segment, and you'll see Nada's links there. So amazing. Greece, huh? Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
It
Yeah.
is. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, Loot. So
Yes.
when you come to Switzerland, you come here and stay with me.
Oh, wow. You see, you shouldn't have did that. No, you should have did. I'm not going to say that. I always have to affirm things, but yeah, see, you now, yeah, you've wrote yourself a check in that I do intend to cash one day. But yes, I
You
do want to go to
make sure
Switzerland.
you do.
Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Yes, I love to travel, and I love, I always say this. I have, I'm on social media a lot, so when I'm traveling, I'll say things like, "Oh, it's time to get another stamp in my passport," And for those that know, they know, So yes, I love traveling. Wow. So that's amazing, and thank you for that invitation. And yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yes, so you have um what did you say coming up in
Retreats. I have retreats in
oh,
Greece, one
retreats,
in June
retreats.
and one in September.
So
Yeah.
these retreats are centered around like Kundalini yoga and things of that nature?
Yeah, the one in June is actually a wellness one, and I'm teaching the modality with tuning forks. And then the one in September is a collaboration with the Gong Master from America. And we're going to do the harmonizing heart alchemy and the masculine and feminine energies.
Energy. Ooh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, I'm going to take a look at your website as well. Yes, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you again, Nara, for adding just value and to this podcast. Thank you very much, and bringing your amazing energy and perspectives. And just thank you very much, and your knowledge. As I mentioned before, I'm a student and a teacher, so this right here, doing this is actually therapeutic and enlightening for me as well. That's one of the benefits that this podcast offers. It's just so many different things, so many different elements to the reason behind me engaging in this podcast. And another big, just to put it quite frankly and simply, is big thing about engaging in this podcast is to share, this insight and highlight, these amazing, extraordinary people, and share it with people, share it with the world. I think this is my purpose. So not, I don't think, I know. So my purpose, my passion, and it's just amazing. It's just so many just levels of amazingness to engaging in this podcast. And I'm saying here, I won't stop. I will never. It is part of who I am. So, and I'm just so thankful that the technology at this time has unfolded in the way that it has, to allow me to do this, and then allow me to connect with people, amazing people, around the world. People on similar frequencies and similar intentions. It's amazing. Thank you, everyone, for watching and or listening. Please check out the Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved website as well at 333empower.com. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share this, comments, questions, concerns, whatever. Just help the platform grow and help get these messages, assist me in getting these amazing messages out there and spreading, this positive, amazing energy. That's that's the intentions of this whole thing. Thank you. Love and appreciation to everyone. See you soon. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved.